What is up, YouTube? Welcome to Fred's Full Throttle. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the 24 Hours of Lemon's car and today's race, as well as what is coming next. So let's dive in. Earlier today, I was at the 24 Hours of Lemons, and it was a great time. But I wasn't driving, and our car wasn't there. Wait, what? So as my last video mentioned, our car is done. Well, it was done, and then it wasn't, and then it was, and now it isn't. Confusing, but here's where we're at. So when I made my last video, the car was essentially done. There was the little matter of finishing welding up the exhaust, but otherwise the car was done. However, with everything finally being finished, we noticed a problem. One of our drivers couldn't get out of the car with his helmet on. You see, you can get in, and you can sort of wedge in and squeeze, and you have gravity on your side. Getting out though, no such luck. And the confines inside the cage make it even smaller. And then with the Hans device and the helmet, it makes everything even tighter. There is a requirement in Lemons Racing that all drivers need to be able to safely exit the car in 10 seconds or less in case of a fire. That 10 seconds is what your flame retardant suit protects you for. But that also means there's no margin for error, and 10 seconds is not a lot of time. So we looked at our options and we found a possible solution. Previously, our seat was bolted to the floor, but was more or less non-adjustable. Given a wide range in height, we picked a fairly kind of middle seating position, canted as far back as we could in the brackets, but it was a bit of a poor compromise. Our shortest driver could just barely get the pedals fully depressed, and our tallest, myself and another, were seriously cramped in the car, kind of like this. After a bunch of debate, our best option was to cut out the current seating brackets in the car, drop the seat right to the floor. This drops us 2 full inches. Then we weld in a new floor bracket, gaining back an inch. Then we bolt in a double locking sliding seat bracket with good adjustability. This adds back that other inch. However, now for getting in and out, we can slide the seat back, and that buys us enough room for all of us to just get out under the roll bar. The big additional benefit is that the seating position is now adjustable, so everyone can adjust the seat to whatever is good for them. We also leaned or canted the seat a little bit to the inside, buying us another precious half inch or so of additional headspace near that roll bar on the driver's side. So the car wasn't ready, and then it was again. But such was not to be. In preparing the car for a shakedown track day just a couple weeks ago, we started it, drove it up on the trailer, and then it wouldn't start again. We've spent several days investigating, ruling things out. First the obvious things, and then the not so obvious things. It's turning over, the starter's engaging, but it's not igniting. We've ruled out the fuses, the key battery, we've ruled out most of the wiring, we've ruled out the fuel rail getting fuel, and it will sort of start with starter fluid, but only for a second or two. Our next step is new spark plugs, draining the fuel lines, and replacing the fuel filter. I'm sure we're going to figure it out, but as that was all going on, we also got waitlisted for the race. There were too many people who applied, and we didn't get in. Though we're all disappointed, it is what it is, and we're just going to focus on doing our best to get it driving and running, then get it shaken down so we're ready for next season, and we plan to do multiple races next year. The race itself, today and yesterday, was awesome. The 2-day event at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, aka Halloween Hoopty Fest, is the main race that we had planned to do. It was a blast. In a nutshell, you will never see a more eclectic group of cars and car enthusiasts, and literally never attend an event where more people are more enthusiastic. Everyone was all smiles, and it was a spectacle of racing hijinks to truly behold. We walked the pits, we circled the track, we talked to the drivers, the crews, the inspection team. I was consistently blown away by the creativity of the car themes, the paint jobs, and honestly, even the quality of the driving. The driving was super clean, and the speeds were fairly high, and the sounds were a mix of the last 50 years of automotive technology, all crammed into one. For a gearhead, it was about as good as it can possibly get. Walking through the pits, you'd see someone who was headed out onto the track, idling along. You'd catch their eye, and they'd give you a giant thumbs up. The energy was infectious, and it was a fantastic place to be. Even cars that were on a flatbed being hauled back to the pits, whether for a mechanical or an accident, the drivers were sitting in the cars calmly, giving a thumbs up and waving to everybody to let all the spectators know they were okay. I honestly can't wait to compete there next year. So that's all good and well, but what's next? What's next for Fred's Full Throttle? Well, I have several videos planned, and I'm going to be releasing them soon. A track day crash, a 1,500-mile road trip across the UK in a Mercedes, a tour of a couple supercar manufacturers, and even the gears are starting to turn on my next fast car. So, I hope that sounds interesting. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, Fred out!